sunlight actually feels stronger today. Trying to find more shade at the moment. And what I read today, I guess in other places, it's war around the world still, and as well, everything's going crazy today, it seems. How about this first one? This one says, Yemen's Houthis claim responsibility for drone attack on Israel near US diplomatic building. As it says here, Israel's military was investigating a surprise drone attack claimed by Iran-backed Houthis that killed at least one person and injured 8 others near the US Embassy branch office in Tel Aviv. The incident comes just hours after Israel's Air Force announced it killed 2 senior commanders of Hezbollah, a separate Iran-backed group based in southern Lebanon. Israel and Hezbollah have been exchanging tit-for-tat strikes across the border for months, raising fears they are edging closer to all-out war, as if they, I guess, didn't actually do that already in many ways, huh? It says Israel's defense forces said in a statement that an initial investigation indicated the explosion in Tel Aviv was caused by the falling of an aerial target, language typically used to refer to drones. The blast killed a 50-year-old man, according to Magen David Adom, Israel's emergency service. Several people sustained shrapnel wounds. And it seems like there were videos of it too, just from bystanders, and it says a military spokesman for the Houthis claimed the group attacked Tel Aviv with a drone that was able to evade Israel's missile and drone warning and interception systems and will continue to target Israel in solidarity with Palestinians in the war in Gaza. The Houthis controls large parts of Yemen and have been firing drones at Israel's southern territory for months. It makes me think too, with that missile defense system saying how the drone evaded it, could they actually do that in the future too? Because I already read stories where they sent, for example, just all these cheap missiles to overwhelm, I guess, the system to waste all their ammunitions to take it down. So can you imagine just using drone swarms and really cheap ones at that? Just send thousands of them to waste all their ammunition, and then afterwards, once it runs out, then they'll use the bigger drones. I wouldn't doubt if that happens as well. And then this was spreading around the news a lot. Funny enough, here anyways, I didn't notice any difference, but apparently around the world there was a huge outage due to, I guess, an update with a Microsoft system or something like that. Can you imagine that? Shutting everything down from flights and so forth. Like this one says, widespread technology outage disrupts flights, banks, media outlets, and companies around the world. Escalating disruptions continued hours after the technology company said it was gradually fixing an issue affecting access to Microsoft 365 apps and services. The website Down Detector, which tracks user-reported internet outages, recorded growing outages in services at Visa, ADT Security, and Amazon, and airlines including American Airlines and Delta. So what the heck happened? Well, according to this here, it says huge Microsoft outage linked to CrowdStrike takes down computers around the world. Banks, airports, TV stations, hotels, and countless other businesses are all facing widespread IT outages, leaving flights grounded and causing widespread disruption after Windows machines have displayed errors worldwide. What is this, like a blue screen of death everywhere? It says in the early hours of Friday, companies in Australia running Microsoft's Windows operating system started reporting devices showing blue screens of death. Yep, that's the case. Shortly after, reports of disruption started flooding in from around the world, including from UK, India, Germany, the Netherlands, and the US. TV station Sky News went offline, and US Airlines, United, Delta, and American Airlines issued a global ground stop on all flights. The widespread Windows outages have been linked to a software update from cybersecurity giant CrowdStrike. It is not believed the issues are linked to a malicious cyber attack, cybersecurity officials say, but stem from a misconfigured, corrupted update that CrowdStrike pushed out to its customers. It's kind of an interesting thought too, because many times, even when you're flying things like drones, a lot of authority figures, for example, they would say, always update it immediately, no matter what, without actually reading, for example, what the changes are, or potentially thinking if it will cause any disasters like this with a bad update. Can you imagine that? Where you will be grounded just like this because you have a bad update. I know there's a lot of people, when it comes to updating stuff, they have the mentality of if it works, they're not going to touch it. And the drawback, of course, is if you don't update your stuff like these operating systems, then known vulnerabilities will still be there and people would have had time, for example, to find ways to compromise it. They do say too, the incident so far appears to only be impacting devices running Windows and not other operating systems. It is unclear exactly how widespread the issues are and how long they will take to resolve. So how big is this? Well, apparently some places are calling this the largest IT outage in history. Now that's just going to be a matter of time until people are going to experience this, I guess, quote, shutdown of a sort just because systems are down. I remember we had that incident here in Canada where the telecommunications provider, Rogers, their service went down and affected virtually everything. For example, people couldn't access money through the banks. They couldn't get into their buildings because the services was down. So do we have, I guess, the right contingency just in case stuff like this happens? It doesn't seem like it, huh? All right, see you guys later.